Is this thing on? Hi. Welcome back to another episode of Andrea's Confessional. Just kidding, it's not Andrea. It's actually Bastian. And yes, I had to Google what Bastian was. I didn't know like how you pronounce that name. Bastian? Bastain? I didn't know. So I had to watch a couple YouTube videos and now I know it's Bastian, like Sebastian. And I'm a hero. I'm not really surprised that I was casted as a hero, although I do kind of want to play it more like a villain. Let's see. Kind of before I jump into everything that's been going on here, and don't worry, things are going to get a little frisky up in here. How I wanted to play this game, Heroes versus Villains. So last time I was Joanna in the Amazon, where I got 4th place, and I was like the one that everyone liked, the underdog, the one that at the final 4 the jury was like, yeah, if Joanna gets into the end, she's totally gonna beat everybody there. And unfortunately that did not go my way, but here I am. But the fun part that I want to include in this game that was similar to Joanna's game was I kind of want to be an underdog. It's a little harder to play as an underdog. No, not necessarily. It's hard to play like Andrea in Scotland and kind of post-merge be in control, but it's also hard to play as an underdog and have to constantly fight and prove and claw your way up. But I think once you do, you have a really strong chance of winning in the end because people love that story more than they like the story of like the person that was in control and backstabbed everybody the whole way. People tend to like the underdog a little more as long as the social game is there. Regardless, so I want to have the underdog component of Joanna mixed with like a little bit of a villainous, riskier game that I was never quite able to do yet. So kind of like an evolution of Joanna 2.0. So yeah, like even though I'm cast as a hero and I'm gonna play kind of like heroish qualities now as far as being chill and nice and cool and like go team go, I definitely am gonna like spring out my villainous qualities on people when I can. And there are a few tools that's going to help me do that this season. So let's get into it. I have my little notes here. Pinky extended. We get to the challenge and it's that fire, water, food, shelter, torch episode. As far as I know, we're voting Jack Sparrow out. As far as probably everybody in the whole game knows, we would vote out Jack Sparrow because he's the one that went to Cape Council last time. I'm like, we got this. I have my shelter ready. I wrote little shelters on it. I'm ready to go. And all of a sudden I look back in our tribe section and Jack Sparrow's like freaking out because he doesn't have like a program or like, no, it wouldn't upload a tiny pic or something and he didn't know how that worked. And I was like, oh crap. And yeah, fair enough, or sure enough, Marty posted first, Sparrow was supposed to post second, and he never did. Team Stallion beat us quite handedly. So we go straight into Tribal Council, and I'm just like, ugh, I should not be here. Like, I do not deserve to be here. I'm a good player. I had my piece, my shelter piece ready to go. Like, why am I here? I felt like Superman, Marty, at the time I felt that Superman, Marty, and Luke Skywalker, especially Luke Skywalker, were like the people in charge, and like I just kind of felt near the bottom, so I didn't feel great about letting someone else go that was near the bottom because then that just puts me at a worse position. Anyway, it was pretty quick. We didn't really talk in tribal, but we went straight to our confessionals and I wrote all about it. You can read up above in my text in my confessional about what happened, but basically the situation is Superman didn't like that Marty wasn't messaging him all day or during that 15-minute time period, so he discussed it with Luke and he discussed it with Sparrow, and then they let me know like 30 seconds before the vote was due when I had already put my vote in for Sparrow. Long story short, I right away owned up to it to Sparrow and was like, yeah, I voted for you, here's what happened. They told me last minute, they said they were going to vote for you, Sparrow. They told me last minute to change it, basically. I couldn't change it. I would if I could. I just want to be 100% honest with you. And, yeah. And he responded appropriately. Again, I wrote all about it. But moving forward, bottom line, I do not like Superman and I don't trust him. He's not a good ally. Luke Skywalker is okay. There's potential there, but he chooses to side with Superman, then I'm not gonna join with them. If Luke Skywalker wants to work with Superman long term, then I'm not gonna join in that. And Sparrow's cool. Sparrow's actually pretty cool. So if he's secretly hating me right now, then good for him, because I can't see that. I feel like he's kind of cool. I know I just need to pull some strategy talk out of him. I'm finding I have a lot more fun conversations with people like, what's that guy's name? Clubber Long or Lang or something? I don't know any of these characters. I haven't watched like any of these movies before. Who else? Hannibal Lecter, Navin a little bit. He's an okay dude. Freddy is fun. Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't really clicked and found like my number 2 or my number 1 in this game yet, which is sad. It was crazy because they did the exit video. So the whole thing with the exit video I think is fascinating, and this is really where a lot of my strategy I think is going to come out this season, because effectively the exit video allows you to take bigger risks without having any kind of cons to it. Like, you will feel less like you have to vote with the group, because hey, if I throw a stray vote out, no one's gonna know. It's not gonna come back and bite me. Most likely not gonna come back and bite you. If you feel like, oh, we could scramble and try to get someone else out instead of this person that everyone wants out, and we might be able to do it, but I don't know if we have the numbers. It's like, why not just try? There's no like, oh, well, we can't get the numbers, so we might as well just fall in line and vote for them. No, you can at least try. Like, they're never gonna know that you voted for that person or not. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool, and I think it's going to lead to a few surprises at Tribal Council, because if a lot of people throw out stray votes, then it could lead to someone totally random going home that nobody was suspecting, because everyone is lying to each other. And I like that, because I do want to lie a little bit more in this game. Normally I lie if I'm like blindsiding somebody or a group of people, but I don't normally like have little fun lies that like Trevor and stuff does, which would be kind of fun to like throw in there. So I think that exit video is really gonna be fun to do this season. Like, I'm gonna have actually a lot of fun with that whole, like, you can vote for people and they'll never know if you actually voted for them or not, pretty much. The tricky thing is too, though, because you have so little opportunities in this game to prove your allegiance to your allies, and part of that is going to Tribal Council and voting the way you said you would vote. There's no way of knowing if they voted the way they said they would vote. So how do you know your allies are even your allies? Like, everyone is just your enemy. Another thing I like about this season is that so far we can message everybody regardless of what tribe they're on, and so I'm kind of treating almost right now, I'm treating it almost like it's a post-merge game. I'm treating it kind of like total individual game right now. It's kind of like the reward challenges on Survivor when it's post-merge and they break into 2 groups, and those 2 groups compete, but they're all individual anyway, but just for the rewards. That's kind of what the tribes are. It's just kind of like a group of people that compete together, but really like we're all like, I don't know, it just feels like more like a post-merge game already. Although not everyone is treating it like that, because there are some people, especially I guess Inigo, that says that he's who said that? Luke Skywalker said that Inigo said that he's not messaging any of the villains. So there are a lot of people that are not treating this as an opportunity to get to know everyone. Some people are still sticking to their factions or their tribes, but that's not me. I'm gonna be talking to everybody. I really feel like that is gonna be key for me, especially since I don't even like my tribe. Sorry, Skywalker, Superman, and Sparrow. Right after the vote, I immediately talked to the people that were online, and I was like, I hate my tribe. I need to like give information to people. And that was the great thing about going to Tribal Council, is that I had all this information about the exit video, about the Marty blindside, about how I was blindsided, all this stuff that I could now share with people, because before it was like a lot of small talk. I didn't really know like, what am I supposed to say? But now I have like this information I can give to people in order to get them to like me. So the people that were online that I like gave information to and talked to was Michael Myers. I told him that I voted for Sparrow, that Marty didn't message Sparrow or Superman, which is why kind of Marty went. I told him that I already told everybody I voted for Sparrow, and I told him about the exit videos, and he was asking a lot of questions, so I feel like he's really trying to like glean information from me, but that's okay. I'll just keep an eye on him. I did want to tell people that that Superman didn't like that Marty didn't message him, because I want people to kind of hate Superman or look at him as like a decision maker and a leader. Like, if they're gonna target someone from our tribe, have it be Superman, so I'm kind of like letting them know that Superman was the one that ultimately decided it would be Marty instead of Sparrow. I also talked to Jaws, Clubber Lang, Navin Johnson, and Rocky, and gave them information about how the vote went down. So those are just the people that were online, but it was Michael Myers, Jaws, Clubber Lang, Navin Johnson, and Rocky. So those are the people I was able to, like, you know, have some late night bonding with, which was actually really nice. So after all that, there was the clues, clue 1 and 2. Avatar host square formation, and I was like, oh my god, private post. So I did it, but I didn't even see the original clue number 2 video until like 8 minutes later. So my post was like 8 minutes late, and by then Miyagi and Jason were already trapped. Now, what do I think is happening in the trapped situation? First I thought it might be a tribe swap, but then I saw the flag post, so it's not that. But some kind of powerful choice, I don't know, but they are in there for a dang long time, and they're online constantly. So they either are having like a great old time discussing and just hanging out, or there's like a serious challenge or serious discussion going on. That's pretty crazy. I think it could be a challenge that maybe only one of them gets the power and the other kind of just gets nothing. And so it's a risk. It's a risk every time you solve the clue, because you don't know if you're going to be able to win the power or the reward or whatever it is, or if you're going to just be gone from your tribe for 2 days and like, sorry, you get nothing now because you lost whatever challenge was in the trapped area. And I think that would be kind of cool twist. It's like Exile Island in a way, if there's like 2 clues, like a fake clue and a real clue, and 2 people get banished to Exile Island. Only one of them is going to get the idol, and the other is just going to have the cons of Exile Island, being away from people and not being able to like continue those relationships and bonds while everyone else is having those bonds. Poor Mr. Miyagi is like gone the whole time. I feel bad for him. Navin said he wrote about me in his confessional today, so I like that. What else is in my notes? Hannibal Lecter is the one I have a good impression of. I actually think that Chianti tribe is like super strong, because I feel like Hannibal Lecter, Freddy, Michael Myers, and even Jason, since he was the first to solve the clue on the villain side, I think those are a really strong 3 or 4, and they're gonna be like the people to watch in this game, that either you have to break them up or you're gonna have to ride in, hope there's a crack somewhere there. Like, for real, I think the Chianti group is gonna go far in this game. Anyways, the Hannibal Lecter I have a really good impression of. I tried to make some headway today, and it sounds like he's open to possibly working with me. He hasn't been totally frank, like, oh yeah, I really like you, because I don't think he maybe has the same headspace as me, because my headspace is like, we've already merged, and I'm good with all y'all. Hannibal seems to be a little more of like, maybe focused on his tribe, and then kind of like keeping me in his back pocket, like kind of like at a distance, like letting you know, hey, later we'll work together, but not right now. Which is fine. I understand that not everyone is as like bold as me in that kind of way of thinking. Jason, haven't talked to him in a while because he's trapped currently. But he seemed okay. Freddy Krueger's a lot of fun. Normally I would want to, like, if I was Jay from like Bangkok, I would want to get rid of Freddy right away because he would freak me out. But now I want Freddy in the game. I like people like Freddy, and that's kind of fun. And like, let's have some fun in this game. Let's have a little like, let's be a little risky by keeping around the chaotic players that aren't really here to like play. They're here to have fun, or not here to win, but they're here to have fun. So Freddy I would love to see around for a long time, and I could see myself working with him. Michael Myers is another sharp one. He asked a lot of questions, but I gave him a lot of information, and I answered all those questions, just trying to show him, hey, I'm useful, I'm valuable, keep me around. But I could see Michael Myers going pretty far. I don't know if I'd want to join him or work against him, but whatever the case may be. Indigo, Indiana Jones, I have kind of the same impression of. They're both okay. I haven't talked too much with them. Apparently, again, like I said, Inigo hasn't been messaging the villains, so he kind of has like a weird headspace, because I'd be messaging everybody, but Inigo only wants to message fellow heroes. Okay, whatever. Rookie. Miyagi, I'm pretty sure is Tom, but he's trapped right now too, and he talks in a lot of character speak, but I could have some fun with him, I guess. If he goes, I don't really care because I don't really know him that well, but I'd like to see how he kind of goes from here, where his story leads him. Rocky, I got a lot of talk that oh, you need to talk to Rocky. Rocky's really cool, but I don't really see anything cool about Rocky. Apparently I'm missing something, so maybe I should dig in a little further and have some conversations with him. Navin Johnson seems like a simple dude, but a good ally. Like, you would want him on your side. And he has mentioned to me, like, oh, hopefully, you know, if the two hero tribes merge, I'd love to work with you, or we should work together, and that kind of stuff. So I think Navin Johnson is a total potential ally down the road for me. The Cobra Kai tribe. Darth Vader and Jaws I haven't talked to too much. They're, I think, the quieter bunch of people. Or they do really short messages. Maybe they just don't want to really message me and kind of keep me awake because I'm not on their tribe. But, yeah. Dr. Evil seemed smart, sharp guy. Haven't talked to him in a while, though. Clubber Lang is, like, my favorite. I love him, and he just seems like super fun, and I wish he was on my tribe, because my tribe is kind of boring. Like, I don't really have like a number 1 or a number 2 ally. I feel like I'm just kind of alone in this world, and I need a Clubber Lang. Yes, this is Welch's sparkling grape juice, non-alcoholic. And then Sunset Grease is gone. Oh, yeah. So there you go. I guess my favorite people in this game would be like Hannibal Lecter, Clubber Lang, and maybe like a Navin Johnson type of person. Yeah, I don't know. So that's kind of the game. I'm excited for all the twists and the games and the trapmans and the cave councils and the exit videos and like all the different twists that are happening this season. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. I am. Normally I'm like a Survivor purist, like, oh, Survivor needs to be this way, but I love that there's so many different twists and turns this season, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm excited to be here. Bye! Heroes versus villains. I hate my tribe. Oh crap. I need to like give information to people. Right after the vote, that did not go my way. Why not just try? And I like that because I do want to lie a little bit more in this game. Spring out my villainous qualities on people. Go team go when I can. That's Survivor though.